Sources tell CBS News accused United Healthcare CEO killer Luigi Mangione has been in discussions about a possible plea deal in his federal case. Both the prosecution and defense unexpectedly asked for an unscheduled hearing in court tomorrow. Now, Mangione faces a January trial on a federal stalking charge in the murder of Brian Thompson. That was in 2024. But before that trial, he is slated to be tried on state murder and weapons charges. CBS News legal reporter Katrina Kaufman has been following this from the very beginning. She will be in court tomorrow. What are we learning? What would this mean?
So, Lindsay, we are learning that there are these ongoing discussions going on. This is a very dynamic situation, though. We don't quite know where things will land yet, but we know that they are talking about the possibility of a guilty plea. And that would have implications both for the federal trial and potentially for the state trial as well. Of course, if he pleads guilty in the federal trial, that would be out. No more trial for that. And we wouldn't learn a sentence right away, though. That's something that would happen a little bit down the line. But it would also impact the state trial, which is supposed to start in less than a month.
So how could this impact the state trial?
So likely it would put the trial on hold. What essentially would happen, we believe, is if Mangione decides to give a guilty plea in the federal case, this will probably lead to some litigation. The defense is going to try to say this is double jeopardy, that if he's been convicted in the federal case, that his state case can't move forward. Of course, a law professor I talked to earlier did point out to me that even if he submits a guilty plea tomorrow, the conviction wouldn't happen until later. So technically, that trial could take place. But basically, it sounds like there would be litigation. Is this double jeopardy? Are there due process issues? Can you get a fair jury if he's pled guilty in federal court, but you ask the state case to move forward? So all of these questions, and very unlikely that this would happen in September anymore, should this move forward.
It also, though, could be a risk for the defense team, right? I mean, if, in fact, all those arguments that they're saying they lose out on, they don't win a double jeopardy argument, they don't win a tainted jury trial, and now this jury knows that he's pleaded guilty to federal stalking charges, which, by the way, I believe the max sentence can be life in prison for that charge.
Absolutely. He could face life in prison. And you are completely right. If he pleads guilty in federal court, it is a risk because there is this state trial. Granted, the charges are a bit different, but it does appear to some people, it could appear as an admission of guilt.
Real quick, what about the victim's family in all this?
So what the state prosecutors have said is that if there is, in fact, a guilty plea in the federal trial, that they will talk to Brian Thompson's family, and they will also try to weigh in with the sentencing judge with what they believe and also how the family is feeling about all of this, because he is the victim in the situation.
Katrina Kaufman, we will hear more from you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.